Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chockavalloo, and we've got longtime fools Carl Teal and Keith Spites giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 25 stock in the primary Hidden Gems database. It's one I've bought in the past because it scored an 8.1 out of 10. The first time we did a scoreboard on it almost 2 years ago. It's been a rough ride down so far, but let's see where Novo Nordisk, ticker symbol NVO, stands now. We'll rate the strength of Novo Nordisk's business, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Carl's at a 6. Keith, you're at a 7 on business.
Right on. And I am separating Novo Nordisk's recent stock performance, which is admittedly dismal, from its underlying business. The prospects for the Wegovy pill appear to be quite good. The new product, CagriSema, is also very promising. I also think there's a decent chance that the company's lawsuit against Hims and Hers, maybe combined with FDA action, could end this Wild West market dynamics we've seen with GLP-1 copycat drugs.
Yeah, this is a venerable 103-year-old company. It's not going anywhere. But 70% of their revenue comes from a single molecule, semaglutide. And most of the rest is from insulin. So, yeah, I mean, Ozempic, Wegovy, and the oral Wegovy, it's going to be strong for years to come. The company is already facing patent expiration in Canada and China this year. And that's not going to be a major disruption to their business. I mean, I think it's largely safed out to 2032, but I mean, it's kind of just a preview of what's to come. So a lot is riding on these next generation drugs like CagriSema and amycretin. I'm not sold that they're super big winners versus a lot of the other stuff that's coming down the pipeline. I mean, they're certainly going to have their niches, but I don't know that that's enough to shore up the business and make sure that they're kind of, maintaining this oligopoly that they have.
I love that 70% of revenue from one molecule. Reminds me of the Earth, 70% water, right, on the surface. We've done fine so far. For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Both of you have 7s, Keith.
Right. The challenge here is that Mike Dowstar has only been CEO of Novo Nordisk since August of 2025. It's hard to really give him a fair grade after such a short period of time. However, he is making some bold moves. For example, he was one of the first to sign on to the Trump RX Most Favored Nation deal, and he also led the company in pricing the Wegovy pill lower than expected. So we'll see if his moves make him have a higher rating or a lower rating over the next couple of years, but I'll go with a 7 for now.
Yeah, I also went on a limb, even though, and in addition to what Keith said, I mean, the stock's gone down since he's been CEO, so not exactly great, but he's the first non-Danish CEO that the company's had in its history. I think he's what they need. He specifically said that they're going to go big when it comes to M&A, and they did try to do that with Metsera. That was kind of a Hail Mary that didn't work out for them. But I mean, I think he's just going to take them in a bolder direction, which is what I do think that they need to do.
All right, for financials, a 10 is a Fortress, a 1 is Yikes. Both of you have 8s, Keith.
Right. The company's gross margins will remain high despite the lower guidance that they gave for 2026. Just looking at the numbers on Novo Nordisk's financial statements, there really isn't much to dislike. The main reason why I didn't give the company a higher score is that there's just a lot of uncertainty that it faces, including a big threat from Eli Lilly, and that could change the financial picture over the next couple of years potentially.
Yeah, balance sheet is strong, and they did recently have zero debt. Now they have like $14 billion. That's because they made this huge investment in manufacturing with the Catalent acquisition. But their debt's trivial in terms of leverage, and they can easily address that. Cash flow at record highs and should continue to grow. So they have a lot of M&A optionality.
All right, Carl, let's move on to valuation. How will Novo Nordisk stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Novo is they look pretty cheap right now. And so, I'm going to give them, I'm going to say returns are in the 10 to 15% range, but I'll give them a relatively low safety score of 6. I think investors see slowing growth and more looming competition. And without a new source of growth, that multiple could go lower. So, they just need the right deal or the right internal development to kind of change that calculus.
Yeah, I agree with Carl that Novo Nordisk has had a valuation reset, and that could set the stage for better performance going forward. CagriSema could easily be a huge commercial success. Expansions of Novo's GLP-1 drugs into other indications beyond obesity, such as MASH and Alzheimer's disease, those are wild cards that could pay off handsomely over time. I'll echo Carl on the safety score as well with a 6. Again, the company faces uncertainty beyond the possibility of clinical setbacks that any drug maker could face. Novo has even more challenges than your typical pharmaceutical company right now.
Thank you to both Keith and to Carl. They've given Novo Nordisk a strong overall score of 7.0 out of 10. Not quite the 8.1 from before, but still pretty good. For Toppets, Keith prefers Eli Lilly, a competitor of theirs, and Carl prefers Roche. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. Till then, Fool on.
I'm sure that there's no way that Gemini could possibly be wrong about this. It says Dowd Star.